Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session with the arraignment docket. First case is cause number 333-800. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Jermaine Delahousse. Mr. Delahousse, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Delahousse, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mr. Delahousse, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Delahousse?
Fine.
That's good. Mr. Delahousse, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Mr. Delahousse, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, it's a document.
Yeah, and is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yeah.
Are these your initials on the line stating that you want to reset this case to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Delahousse, before you signed and initialed this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Delahousse, I also have some bond conditions that our bailiff is going to hand to you, and I will go over these bond conditions with you. Mr. Delahousse, you've just been handed a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law number 2. Do you see that title? And it reads, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, I do.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, condition number 4 does not apply because it only applies in a DWI case, and your case is not a DWI case. Now, Mr. Delahousse, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and you'll be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, your case is going to be reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Our court coordinator will reset your case. She will give you your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. All right, please stand on the foreheads. Next case is cause number 333-908. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Terrence or Hope. Mr. Hope, would you please come forward? Mr. Hope, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Hope, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hope, you may put your hand down. So Hope, your full name is Terrence or Hope.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Hope, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Hope. I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And are these your initials online stating that you want to reset this case to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Hope, before you signed and initialed this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Hope, your case will be reset to give you an opportunity to hire your own attorney. Our court coordinator will give you the reset. Once you get the reset from court coordinator, You'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Hope, you can please stand at the window in front of our court coordinator. Next case is the cause number 333-482. Case is style of State of Texas versus Welton James Everett III. Mr. Everett, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Everett, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Everett, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Everett?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Everett, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Are these your initials on the line stating you'd like to reset this case to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Everett, before you signed and initialed this document, did you read the document?
Yes.
Did you understand what you read? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Everett, our court coordinator is going to reset your case to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Once she resets your case, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please stand over in the window in front of our court coordinator.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next case is cause number 333-044. Case is style of State of Texas versus Donald LaFleur Jr. Mr. LaFleur,
Yes, sir.
your full name is Donald LaFleur Jr.? Okay, Mr. LaFleur, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. LaFleur, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. LaFleur, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. LaFleur?
Sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. LaFleur, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on the line stating that you'd like to have this case reset to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. LaFleur, before you signed and initialed this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. LaFleur, your case is going to be reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Our court coordinator is going to give you that reset. Once you get the reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that chair right there on the corner of what that wall is.
Mhm.
And then when he's finished at the window, you can go up to the window.
Thanks, sir.
All right, you have a blessed day as well. Rocky Lewis. Okay, this is cause number 333-436, case of style of State of Texas versus Rocky Lewis. Mr. Lewis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Lewis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Lewis, you may put your hand down. Mr. Lewis, I have before me a couple of documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line stating that that's titled Defendant? Are these your initials online stating that you like to apply for court-appointed counsel?
Yes, sir.
And I also have a document here that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Innocence. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Lewis, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just mentioned, did you read the documents? And did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Lewis, based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. The attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Joel Vasquez. And now, Mr. Lewis, I have some bond conditions I need to give you. Would you please step up here and get those, and you can stand back on the X. Now, Mr. Lewis, you've just been handed a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that title? I will go over these bond conditions with you, and it's read: following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. All bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition? And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition? And Mr. Lewis, condition number 4 does not apply because that only applies in the DWI case. Your case is not a DWI case. So condition number 4 doesn't apply. Now, if you violate any one of these conditions of this bond, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant can be issued for your arrest. And warrant issued for your arrest, you'll be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Lewis, our court coordinator, is going to give you information on how to contact your attorney, and your attorney will also be given information on how to contact you. Once you get that information from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Please stand on the 4X in front of our court coordinator. Next case is Kirsty Nicole Neal, cause numbers 324580, cause number 325190, and cause number 325772. And all 3 cases are style of state of Texas versus Kirsty Nicole Neal. Ms. Neal, is that your full name?
Yes.
Ms. Neal, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Neal, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Neal, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Neal? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Neal, I have a couple of documents before me. First document that I have is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Ms. Neal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Ms. Neal, is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line stating that you'd like to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
The next document is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Ms. Neal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, Ms. Neal, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defender's Signature. Is this your signature?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Neal, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Ms. Neal, I've read your answers in these documents. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Kyle Walker. Ms. Neal, Mr. Walker is going to give information on how to contact you. You will also be given information on how to contact Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Our court coordinator is going to give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Now, Ms. Neal, would you please have a seat in that chair right there by the wall?
Yes.
Next case is cause number 331350, case of style of state of Texas versus Jayla M. Guillory. And it's also, you have cause number 330798. Now, Ms. Guillory, your full name is Jella Marie Guillory?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Guillory, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Guillory, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Ms. Guillory, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Guillory?
I'm good.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Guillory. I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes,
Ms. Guillory, is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
yes, sir.
Are these your initials on the line stating you'd like to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes,
I also have a document here that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Ms. Guillory, do you recognize this document?
yes,
On page 2 of the same document, Ms. Guillory, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature?
yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Guillory, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Guillory, I've read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams will be given information on how to contact you. You will also be given information on how to contact him. Once you get that information from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Sir, that door is locked, Mr. Lewis. You got to go through the other door. And Ms. Guillory, just have a seat in that chair on the corner. By the wall. You welcome. And you have a blessed day. Cody Clifton. This is cause number 3333476, case of the state of Texas versus Cody Michael Clifton. Mr. Clifton, is that your full name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Clifton, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Clifton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Clifton, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Clifton?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Clifton. I have before me two documents, well, one document, well, two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on the line stating that you want to waive your right to an attorney, which means give up your right to an attorney and represent yourself?
Yes.
Also, I have another document here that's titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Clifton, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Clifton, I read your answers in these documents. Based on your answers, you'll be given an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor in the case regarding your case. Just have a seat, go back and have a seat, and the prosecutor will come out and talk to you,
Thank you.
okay? Next case is cause number 333496. Case is style of state of Texas versus Patrick F. Slaughter. Okay, Mr. Slaughter, you're gonna have to take that gum out your mouth. We got to prosecute it. Now, Mr. Slaughter, do I know you? I don't see, did you have a, let me ask you, sir, you remember Kappa Psi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that I do know you. Okay, now, now, we never talked about this case, right?
No.
Okay, now, so we never talked about the case, and they have never made any promises or anything about that nature concerning the outcome of this case, right?
No, sir.
Okay, now state, this gentleman and I are members of the same fraternity. do you, if now I'll recuse myself from this case if you think there's a conflict or an appearance of impropriety that will, prevent me from sitting on this case.
Your Honor, the state has no reason to believe that there'll be any issue with you sitting on this case and would waive any conflicts of interest on your behalf, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Slaughter, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line stating that you like to waive your right to an attorney to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
And also, I have a document here that's titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Slaughter, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Slaughter, you're gonna have an opportunity to talk to one of the prosecutors about your case. Just have a seat and one of the prosecutors will come out and talk to you. And the court will be in recess